Random thoughts. I feel like the last, let me see, October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May, guys. The last 8 years of my life were like a social experiment or a reality show. I know it seems crazy for me to say this, but I've seen God work in ways that I've never seen in my life. I know I mentioned once about me quitting my job. I quit my job, and my job was basically like my bread and butter. It secured me to be able to pay my bills. But when I quit that job, I quit for my mental health. It was just time to go. When I quit that job, I left in the job that I accepted. I knew that it's a possibility that I wouldn't be able to pay my bills, but I still left. It was like a faith move. I really can't explain it to anybody. It's just something that I just knew that it was time for me to go. And looking back, I know it ain't nobody but God that I've made it this far. I mean, granted, I've lost my car. My car was repossessed, and I had to turn over my tag. But my rent is $1,200 a month. My rent got paid every month except for this month. This month I paid $700. I'm having to figure out how to come up with the rest of the $500. I wasn't licensed. I got my license, so I'm eligible for a better pay now, and I have more control over the jobs that I choose for my industry. But it's just God, because I look back and I'm like, how in the world was I able to make it this far? I mean, it's nobody but God. I could think of one time when my water bill was cut off. My water was cut off, and my grandma helped me. There was another time that my water was near getting cut off, and I kid you not, when I tell you what jump I made, and I'm gonna tell you because your mind is gonna be blown. I went from making $3,200 a month after taxes and everything, of course, not to consider my other forms of income, to I'm lucky if I get a $200 per pay period check, and I got paid twice a month, and I haven't had a $250 check in months. So what I would do with that, I would take that and just pay either the light bill or the water bill. But they was already behind. I was behind when I quit my job. So that's, my mind is just blown. I can't explain. I mean, my village stepped in and they helped me. My mama, my aunts, my grandma, my daddy, my friends. Everybody has shown up to truly help me during this difficult time. And I know, I mean, even though they stepped up to help me, God laid it on their heart to help me, and I'm glad that they were obedient. But it's nobody else but God that I've made it. God and the hearts he touched, that I've made it this 8 months, paying $1,200 of rent, being lucky if my check averaged out to even $500 a month, or significantly less than that. Oh my God, it feels like I'm watching somebody else's experience, because I can't explain it. I'm not completely out of the woods yet. I got my license, as I mentioned, but it still takes time to build up that kind of income. It's not an easy recover. But I just thank God for what he's done in my life. And this is one of my greatest struggles, I would say, because this struggle was on me. During my other drought or struggle seasons, or in between time seasons, someone was there. I could lean on somebody, whether it was my mama or my parents. One time in college, I leaned on I lived with my aunt. I went through it while I lived with my dad after post-divorce. And I went through it in my marriage, where I didn't have any money and truly had to lean and depend on the support. But and it's crazy because I'm not going to say I'm proud, but I've been through various experiences in life where it's not easy for me to ask for help, because I've been at some of the toughest times in my life and I asked for help only for someone to fuss at me, and I'm already internalizing everything, and that made me hyper independent, feeling like I had to do it by myself, and if I didn't have it or I couldn't do it for myself, I didn't feel like I deserved it, or if somebody helped me, I would try to break my back to pay them back. And I'm not saying I'm not completely healed from that. There's still some progress to be made, but I had to come on this camera and just say I thank God for how far He's brought me in this spiritual journey. And I'm sure that the lesson, now, Jesus, hear me when I say this, and I know I'm talking to this camera. Lord, I got it. I believe it's like the 5th drought or dry struggle season for me. 5th, maybe 6th. I don't know, in my life, and I'm only 36 years old. Still got some life to live, God willing. But I hope this is it. I've learned a lot from this season of my life, and it's really taught me to trust and lean on God. And God is everything, and He will make a way. He will provide.